spoke to God. I called out your name, and don't know the how. I just asked if He would be there for you. I want you to be blessed. Don't live life in distress. Just let go let God. He'll work it out for you. Never have to think why, never have to wonder why, never know you're always satisfied in the peace that His arms will provide. He will erase any guilt or shame, any bad habits you got. You won't wanna do them again. Yes, we all can change. I can testify. See, I spoke to God. I'm high. I'm called out your name, and don't know the how. I just asked if He would be there for you. I want you to be blessed. Don't stress out. No. He'll work it out. Yes, He will. For you. I'm praying for you today. That your soul will be blessed. Forever in the rest of life. You deserve the rest of life.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are the children? Because if the children are okay, we're okay. So listen, I'm going to take about maybe 5 minutes. I wanted you to hear that song because that really is my prayer for us, is that we would be blessed. So here we are today, gathered, 14 countries actually. That's an amazing thing. This is not something that happens every day. Tell me, when was the last time you were sitting in the presence of black women from 14 countries, if ever? This is what we must do. Pay attention to the moments in our lives. We can't be so hurried that we don't pay attention to those moments that only maybe come once in our lifetime. I don't know when I'm going to get another opportunity to be in the presence of you. It may not ever happen again. So it's in this moment, in this very moment, when I want to just reflect on the blessings in my life. What about you? So for my life, what I do as a coach, a life coach, for 24 years, I get the opportunity to sit with black women and girls, just like all of us here. I said 24 years. That is a blessing, to be a trusted listening partner to black women. So here's what I found out. We are all carrying something. And the something that we're carrying is heavy. And for the most part, we dress it up. We put lipstick on the pain. We put new hair on the pain. But the pain never goes away. Every single person in here, 1 minute I'm going to take. Every single person in here has a burden that they're carrying. I'm here to tell you that rest is the answer. Allow your soul to rest. If you do not sleep and rest, you cannot dream. Did you hear that? If you do not sleep and rest, you cannot dream. So if you're dreaming of a world where things will be better for us as black women, if you're working in the streets so things can be better, if you're working in your neighborhoods so things can get better, you have to rest. Because if you don't sleep and rest, your contribution will not be at its highest level. So my offer to you as a word of inspiration is to think about self-care in a different way. 5 hours of sleep, consistent sleep. That's it. 5 hours of sleep, and the body will heal. God bless you.
Please welcome to the stage, Melanie L. Campbell, President and CEO of the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation and National Convener of the Black Women's Roundtable.
How y'all doing? I always like to check in. Well, we know we have about 24 hours left, I believe, give or take, before we come to a closing point for the 13th Annual Black Women's Roundtable Women of Power National Summit. And I'm getting sad. Joyful and sad at the same time. And so a lot of times, you end up waiting till the last minute to say thank you. And we're not going to do that this time. We're going to take a moment and thank our team. So I'm going to ask my Vice President for Operations and Events Management, the one and only Tanya Tyson to come up. And I'm going to have you bring on the team. They fall under you.
She put the pressure on me so I can forget her name. Okay, everyone. We have Daryl Coles. Come up, Daryl Coles. Black You Vote. Christina Q. Come on up. Diversity and South Carolina, BWR. We have Carol Turntine, Senior Project Manager for Unity Campaign. Tyrese Johnson. He's printing. Tyrese, if you hear me, come on. Oh, he working. Okay, I have our AV team, Malik, Shaw, Haliki, wave your hand, and I'm giving it. Mustafa Hafiz, our security. We have Clifton Campbell, our security, and Isaac Campbell, our security. I told y'all she put me on the spot. Who? And then we'd like to thank our amazing event planners. Oh, wait. Leilani Cooper, who's been making us look fabulous all week. Woo! Y'all seen these beat faces. Y'all won't see them no more, okay? And then we have to do the event planner, and that is Anthony Rodell and his team, and our photographer, Bill Lee, with real life photos. Did we miss anybody else? Thank you.
And then we'll take a picture with Tyrese and all of the standing. And then I'm going to ask wherever you stand. And Joy Cheney, who for sure, she's in her absence, lift her up. Michelle, Indy Mom, come on. D. Marshall's had to leave, but D. Marshall. And then now I'm going to ask the conveners, our host committee, to come up. We got Krista Jones from Virginia. I don't think Laverne Chapman is here. LaWanna Brown from Maryland. Monica Ray from D.C. Right, Tyrese, come on up. And then we're going to go to the states. Alabama, is Sheila Tyson in the room? Or Letitia Daniels-Jackson in the room? Come on up. Alabama. Now we're going to move to Florida. And then if you have a Black You Vote coordinator, bring them up, because I don't have all those names in my head. And then, let me go mess my flow up. I'm going by state, or I forget. Florida, you got Solange Benton. And bring up, Gwen Johnson works with you. Come on up. So I got Florida, Alabama. Louisiana, I know Gwendolyn Hughes couldn't be here, but I think she had someone, and the name is escaping me. If you're in the room, come on up. Where am I going? Mississippi, Cassandra Welsland, and the Black You Vote coordinators. If you're in the room, or if she's not here, somebody come up. Left out anybody on the South? Okay, Georgia, Jesus. Georgia, on my mind. Helen Butler. If anybody's in here for Deborah Scott, come up. If anybody's here from Felicia, come up. Mary Pat Hector, and if there are any Black You Vote coordinators, y'all come up. I want y'all to get the feeling. So we done got the South, is that it? Okay, now we move to the Northeast. Pennsylvania. We got Reverend Dr. Judith Moore here from Pittsburgh. Bring whoever you need to bring up. Philadelphia, if anybody's here, I know Tiffany Dominique was here earlier. I'm not sure if anybody's left from Philadelphia. So that's Pennsylvania. So then we're going to go to the Midwest, the mighty Midwest. We're going to go to Michigan first, because I see them standing over there. So we got Tamika Ramsey and Stephanie Moore, and our Black You Vote coordinators. I'm going to give everybody a chance to say their names. And then Ohio. P.D. Talley. Angela Woodson, come on up. And anybody else? from Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Have I left out a state or the district? Is that it? And so if I didn't call, who name I didn't call? Y'all don't push me over now because I'm scared of heights. Who I didn't call? Any of the Black You Vote coordinators I didn't call? I didn't call you?
Robin Jackson, Katora Butler, Sequoia Howard, Rachel Carroll, Zakaya Brown.
Okay, we can push on down. Y'all come on down. Come on down. Okay. All right. Have I left anybody out? That's a coordinator, convener, Black You Vote coordinator. So when we say thank you, Melanie, it's a team. It's a team. Oh, Barbara Perkins, come up. You were part of the inspiration team. Come on up, Barbara Perkins. Right. Sarah McKenzie. Is Sarah here today? Yeah. Stephanie here. Sarah McKenzie. Gwen Johnson, come up. Right? Is Solange and Sarah coming up? Look, Global Empowerment Day, was that all that? Yes, it was. Sarah McKenzie. Solange Benton. Have I left anybody out? Avery, is Avery here today? Okay. Yeah, Stephanie's coming up, I think. Is it Tyrese here? Yeah, he's here. Did I leave somebody? Okay.
Sanaya Marie. Sanaya Marie.
Thank you, Sanaya Marie. Thank you. All right. Okay, and Sarah, your table right here, just so you know when you come back down. Yeah. All right. Have I left anybody out? So this is how we do what we do. Thank everybody. Thank everybody. And thank all of you all. This is our team. This is who, when they say, who is the Black Women's Roundtable? Who is Black You Vote? And then the guys didn't come up, but Mustafa and all of y'all, but y'all just stand up. Can the brothers stand up? Isaac Campbell Jr., Clifford Campbell, Mustafa Hafiz, they still on the JOB, so thank you all. I wanted to do that while we were here and not at the end when everybody's rushing to catch a flight. So thank y'all. All right. Come back. They didn't get the picture. I'm sorry. I thought it was doing it right. Let me squeeze in somebody. And then everybody get in between. You make sure you get in between. So get in between the face. Make sure everybody gets in between the face. And White House, Erica, you mind coming up? Erica Lowe, former introducer, but I think it'd be good for you to be if you don't mind. Erica Lowe here is here from the Biden-Harris administration. You'll be hearing from her in a few minutes. Okay, come on down here. Yeah, come on. Okay, Stephanie, step a little bit. I'm gonna let Erica get over there with you guys, but next to Tanya. Yeah, get next to Tanya. All right.
welcome to the stage Erica Lowe, Special Assistant to the President and Chief of Staff for Public Engagement.
Hello, good afternoon. I know everybody's, hey girl. I know everybody's having a good time. I am not gonna come up here and talk your heads off, mainly because there's not a whole lot that I need to say to the women in this room, because you guys already know what's happening in the Biden-Harris administration, and you know that because I know that I wouldn't be standing here if it were not for the work being done by the women in this room. So I want to start by thanking all of you. I want to thank Melanie Campbell. I shout out Melanie Campbell because there has never been a time that I have called Melanie Campbell and she hasn't gotten into action immediately and delivered. Not only does she deliver what I ask, but she delivers a little message of accountability. She makes sure to tell us what we're not doing right, what we should be doing more of, and reminds us that had it not been for the women in this room, that we would not be in the positions that we are today to do all that the president and the vice president have been able to do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Because of you, before the president and the vice president were in office, seniors couldn't afford a lot of their medicine, but now, because of the president and the vice president, insulin is capped at $35 a month. We've seen more funding for HBCUs than ever before, over $7 billion. Lead pipes have been ripped out of the ground so our children and our future have clean water to drink. Black maternal health has become a priority. And not to mention a couple names you might recognize. Ketanji Brown Jackson is now the first black woman in the Supreme Court. We have Karine Jean-Pierre, the face of the White House, the first black woman to speak on behalf of a White House. Shalonda Young, the first black woman to ever run the federal government's $7 trillion budget. And that's just to name a few. And of course, last but certainly not least, our great first black vice president, Kamala D. Harris. So with that, I bring you greetings from Kamala D. Harris, and she has sent a letter, and I will read it as so. To the Black Women's Roundtable, I am honored to extend my warmest greetings to the leaders, members, and supporters convened for the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation's 13th Annual Black Women's Roundtable Women of Power National Summit. For over 40 years, the NCBCP has remained steadfast in its commitment to uplifting the Black community through civic engagement and education. While building and expanding programs such as BWR, you have been leaders in the fight to empower historically underserved communities and advance racial, gender, health, and economic equity. With your support and engagement, our nation was able to turn out a historic number of black and young voters in the 2020 and 2022 elections. And because of your work, I have the honor of serving as the first black woman to be elected Vice President of the United States. As you all know, when women and girls succeed, communities, economies, and entire nations benefit. That's why the Biden-Harris administration is committed to strengthening the health, safety, and well-being of women and girls throughout America and around the world. To all the leaders in attendance, you've given me such hope for the future. Please know that our administration stands with you as we work together to address the most pressing issues of our time, from protecting maternal health and reproductive freedom to fighting for voting rights, improving access to high-quality education, and so much more. Thank you for all that you do. Together we are fighting for our freedoms and working toward building a brighter and more equitable future for generations to come. Kamala D. Harris. Thank you all, and thank you, Melanie.
First and foremost, Erica, I want to publicly thank you. Erica Lowe, she has this wonderful smile, right? But she has a wonderful spirit. We know your formal titles, which you've had at the White House. But this sister is a shining light. There's a lot of them inside. But when I needed her, when we were going through losing our chairman of the board, Thomas W. Dorsch Jr., and we just trying to navigate the White House. I've been through enough of them. And getting things done. Sometimes process gets in the way of common sense. So this girl has common sense. And she did not relent. And I was at the funeral in Atlanta, and she said, and I was on my way, Judy, And I was like, this man deserves this letter from the president. He's done that. And she kept telling me, I got you. And this was February last year. I'm on my way. She said, it's coming. I'm saying, girl, wait, you know I'm in the car on my way to the funeral. I got you. I said, all right. And 30 minutes before the funeral, ding, that letter was there. And we were able to read that letter on behalf of President Joseph Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, where the letter was from the president. And I just want to publicly, we've not been in a setting to know that this is who is in the Biden-Harris administration. It's the little things that tell you that people care. It's the little things that means that you respect the people who just, we are all trying to make good. And I just want to say you are making good in that position, and I thank you.
I don't want to make Melanie mad either, so.
I don't know if Diane Babineau's in here or not, but if she is, come on up. Board members, come up.
Welcome to the stage, Michelle, the Indie Mama Comedy, and a place your new song.
Hello, sisters. Y'all clap for yourselves. Say hi. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry, my voice is gone. I don't know what she did between this morning and now, but. And so you all know every year, Acacia and I have the privilege of curating and working with the Girl Power Track. This year, we did the Emerging Leaders Girl Power Track. We try to make sure that it's parallel to what's happening here for the women. And so our theme was Owning Our Power. And so we are so excited to have the girls of Girl Power to come to the stage. This year they're doing something a little differently. They're actually doing their own panel around the policy agenda that they came up with, that they want to work with their states to help those things get moved through. And so can we just welcome the Girl Power Track up here. Come on up here. All the girls. Now some of them had to travel early. I know Mississippi had to leave. And I think there was a few others that had to get back, but we had nearly 40? We had over 40 girls with us this year, and so some big deal. Can you all clap for them as they make their way up here? I want you all to get a picture of all of the girls from Girl Power. All the girls that were involved with Girl Power. If you can come up so we can get a photo of you. This is a photo that means a lot because you all have no idea how brilliant, I'm sure you do, how brilliant these young girls are from the Girl Power Track. So let's get a picture of all of them. We're going to move quickly because we want them to be able to be heard. I know every year we're crunched in between some really heavy content, and so we really want you guys to receive them. Come on, girls, we got to move quickly because there's so much more to this today. Thank you, Acacia. You guys get them doubled up in the front so we can get a photo. Someone get my phone, take a picture of me and Acacia. That's my phone right there. You've been voluntold. No, right there, voluntold. It's my phone right there.
Yep, come on up here so I can show you how to unlock it, because it be people being nosy. Yeah. You gonna do it, Kai, you gonna do it? Take the picture? Right. Get all the way up here, girls. We gotta move quickly. Move quickly. And there we go. Get in the front. Tanya, can you please come up and get a picture at the Girl Power Track? These amazing girls. You see how all these beautiful young ladies up here? Come on, y'all. Look at these. Let Miss Melanie come up here. Look at these beautiful girls. These amazing girls. Come on, Tanya. Gotta get a picture with the Girl Power Track. Wait for me now. Y'all ain't taking no picture without me. Tanya, squeeze up there to the front, sis.
What we gonna put?
Come on up here, my girls. These are my girls from Ohio. Come on up here, my girls from Ohio. We got Detroit. We got Ohio in the house. We got a lot of Alabama. Come on up here. Come on up here in the front. Go, go, go. Go. No, keep going, sweetie, because I got to get up there, too. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Let me get up there. Y'all got to slide back so I can get in. Slide, slide. We're going to ask you to quickly go to your seat so you can hear from them. We're also going to have Mary Pat come up in a second. Just quickly, our girls who are on our panels, we need you to take your seats. And the three young women who are speaking, or the few that are speaking about. So we had amazing workshops on yesterday. And all of the workshops themes were on owning our power. So I'm going to take my seat and you're going to hear from our Girl Power girls. They experienced owning their power with their bodies and minds through yoga and meditation. And then they also learned owning their power about relationships with girls and women. And they learned owning their power and how they show up on social media and their personal brand. And then they learned from Black Youth Vote, Mary Pat Hector and Ebony, and the girls from the Georgia Coalition on the People's Agenda, owning their power civically, how to get around their issues, how to create an agenda. So you guys are going to experience that very quickly and very thoroughly. I'm so excited to you start clapping for these young ladies as they make their way to the stage.
Good afternoon, sisters. Good afternoon. My name is Shaniva Campbell, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
I am Caitlin Mosley from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Evie Baptiste from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Howard Barr from Birmingham, Alabama. And I'm Sierra from Atlanta.
So yesterday in Girls Track, we learned how to own our power and our bodies through yoga, manifestation, and breathing control from Miss Andrea Better Yoga. We also learned the oath of manifestation, which we will read to you all. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have and grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sisters. My name is Bethany Horn, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I attend Ramsey IB High School, and yesterday we learned to accept our power through relationships with Miss Casey Wilborn-Snap. She taught us 4 aspects of our spirits: God, our mothers, our fathers, and our ancestors. When she embraced these aspects of her spirit, she was able to create better relationships with women and girls.
Good afternoon, sisters. I'm Lakari Illick.
My name is Dia Bird,
We're from Ash Parker High School.
located in Birmingham, Alabama, and we with the Black Youth Vote.
We learned how to own our power with Jennifer Ransaw Smith. She taught us the importance of owning like the online presence and the offline presence.
With this lecture, we also was taught to have to use our character not only online but offline, and also the importance of digital footprint.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sisters. My name is Mary Pat Hector, and I literally had the honor of being in community with these girls for a few hours yesterday in partnership with some of my partners and delegation members from the Black Youth Vote underneath Helen Butler and the People's Agenda. And for a few hours, we collectively worked together to develop a policy agenda, Black Youth Vote, policy agenda, where these girls convened. They discussed issues that were not only directly impacting them in their communities, but were also impacting the communities of young people all across the country. So I'll first like to start off by doing some introductions. We'll start with Sanaya and we'll work our way down.
Hi, my name is Sanaya Marie. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Hi, I'm Michaela McIntyre. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
Hi, I'm Simone Howard. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, my name is Ora Graham. I'm also from Birmingham, Alabama.
Hi, my name is Ella Ross, and I'm from D.C.
Hi, my name is Caitlin McLeod, and I'm from Suffolk, Virginia.
So, ladies, while we gathered over 50 of us in a room yesterday, we all talked about what are the issues, and we power mapped and we discussed what are the issues that are directly impacting us, and not only us, but other young Black people across the country. Our girls came together and they identified about 5 core things. 1, community safety and violence prevention being a top Black Youth Vote policy agenda for them, item for them in 2024. Teen pregnancy and reproductive justice, economic empowerment and inflation and reduction, and increasing youth voter engagement activity. So this was the policy agenda that these ladies came up with. And we'll start with Sanaya, if you can, just kind of talk to us a little bit about your topic and some of the issues that we discussed yesterday in our discussions.
Okay, my topic was inflation And I thought inflation was a really good topic because inflation has rose 3.2% in the past year, and it's making it hard for young people and moms and stuff like that to buy groceries and just go do their normal day-to-day things. Like in the gas station, a bag of chips is $3 now, just for half a bag. So inflation is something that we really need to take care of.
My topic was teenage pregnancy. I felt that this topic should have been brought up because it's rarely ever talked about, and it's a very touchy situation. During teen pregnancy, it's very much a lot of teen health risks. You don't know what to do with your baby, and you have a responsibility that you did ask for. Trust me, they did. But you weren't prepared for it because you also wasn't informed or told much about it in school because it's a very much lack of education about teen pregnancy and safe sex in schools these days. And I feel that if they were more educated on teen pregnancy and what to do and what not to do, they wouldn't have so many problems or so many teens wouldn't be pregnant. In any state, Birmingham, Washington, Georgia, Mississippi, it's a lot of black women who are pregnant at a young age and were forced and still are being forced to take care of the baby because of their actions.
The issue that I wanted to discuss was youth voting, and I wanted to discuss it because a lot of teenagers, as one, I can say that they don't take it serious because it's not something that we learn in school. And I don't know about all states, but in Georgia, they're making it harder for elders to vote, no early voting days, and you can't send in ballots. So it's important for the younger generations to vote, and it's something that they should take more serious.
My topic was gun violence. In Birmingham, the number one cause of death is gun violence, and there has been 24 plus gun-related deaths since January. There's also been 6 deaths within the past week. Majority of the people doing the shootings are under the age of 25, and some are even under the age of 18. Gun violence is a very sensitive topic in Birmingham, essentially because it's children killing children. And it's also a very hard subject to target because of Alabama's very loose gun laws. And we have to form a bond with our law enforcement and our system, especially in low-income communities and minority communities.
Hi, I chose carjackings in DC because crime rates in DC have increased by 39%. We've seen an incredible, not incredible, but a big increase in carjackings as carjackings in DC have nearly doubled in 2023 with 485 carjackings in 2022 to 959 in 2023, nearly 1,000 carjackings. I mean, this February actually, 39 out of 58 of these carjackings were armed, done by kids as young as 13, my age.
And Ella, one of the things that came up in this was was this just carjackings and car theft in DC, or was this something that was happening in the entire DMV area? And Ella was like, no, this is carjackings, not carjackings and car theft, and this was also happening in DC. So if you can just kind of share with them what you share with the group between the difference between the car thefts and the carjackings that we're seeing in DC.
Yeah, the primary difference between carjackings and car theft is that carjackings entails force or coercion to take the vehicle from the owner in their presence. Car theft is simply stealing or taking a vehicle from the owner without their knowledge or consent or without their absence, while carjackings is within their absence and they'll just take your car from you.
All right, thank you.
So my topic was rising housing costs, and when I did my research, I found that one of the main reasons housing costs are rising is because of something called restrictive zoning. And restrictive zoning laws, they place restrictions on the types of homes that can be built in certain neighborhoods. And the homes that are being prioritized are mainly single-family homes, which are more expensive, and they don't suit every kind of family. And this is a problem because as not many people are prepared to take on the responsibility of a full home, and so by taking away the By taking away access to living in places like condos and apartments, it causes problems. And Black and Hispanic communities are the most affected because only 48% of Black families own their homes compared to 73% of white families.
Please give them a hand around. Oftentimes, we believe that topics like inflation and the rising housing cost and reproductive justice and teen pregnancy are issues that our girls can't wrap their minds around, but these are issues that they say are directly impacting their communities and young people all across this country. And so I just admire them. But beyond that, they talked about the fact that it's important to know what these issues are. But did you hear the research that they did throughout that session yesterday? To see how it was impacting people directly in their community and in this country. But beyond doing the research and identifying the problem, they also have action items that they want you all to take back with you into your communities and really push for this Black Youth Vote agenda going into 2024 with their support. So we'll allow the girls to kind of share what some of those action items are, and we'll start here with you, Victoria.
So one of the actions that I found that we can take to reduce housing costs, this has already been implemented in states like California, Utah, and Washington, and it's called accessory dwellings or in-law suites. And so these are small units that are on the same property as a single-family home that can be attached or a separate unit. And these have also been implemented in Virginia, but they're much more difficult for people to access. And so making these more accessible would help with this problem a lot.
My plan is to increase police patrolling at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. We need to study the times these happen, record and put it into action. Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C., plans to have 3,131 officers by the end of the fiscal year 2024. We've seen an extreme decrease in officers in the MPD, the Metropolitan Police Department, by 100 officers gone each year. They're retiring out, and we need to work on that for the plan to be put into action. Thank you.
I know as kids, especially young Black kids, people tend to take us addressing issues in our community not as serious, but these are our communities being targeted, and good plans for us will be working towards strengthening our relationships with law enforcement through youth community dialogues and youth advisory councils, and also building that trust would encourage youth people to start voting and help enforce stricter gun laws.
Simone, if you can go last, because I think your topic kind of wraps us all up.
Okay. Well, I would say that the best actions to be put in place for teenage pregnancy would be like a communal get-together where young females, also older females, can tell them about what they need to know about pregnancy and the risk and why you should engage in safe sex and not just any other type of sex. I think that it's a very bad situation that schools still don't talk about safe sex and why not to have unprotected sex, but I feel that if the community brings us together and we have more discussions about it, that it will be a more lower situation and low percentage of young Black women and any women getting pregnant and making bad choices because they're using very, very bad, I'm serious, very, very, very bad. They're making very bad decisions and choices on their sexual life instead of thinking that they can catch transmitted diseases and take care of a baby they don't need.
The next action plan for inflation would be trying to get an increase on minimum wage, for sure.
And then Simone?
Okay, well, when it comes to youth voting, I think it's more of our responsibility than you all's because we are Black Youth Vote Fellows. So if we were to, spread the word to our fellow teenagers and stuff, because they simply don't know, like, the importance of voting, and with everything that y'all talked about, if this stuff was to, actually be implemented, we would be the ones voting on it, so it's important.
Please give a hand and a round of applause, again for our Black Youth Vote leaders.
Our goal next year is that when they come back, they will have a report out about how their agenda became policy in their state. And so we are believing and trusting that as our girls work with their delegations from across the country, they will absolutely have policy in place to address these very important issues that they came up with on their own in the Girl Power track as emerging leaders. Can we clap for our girls? And can we get the rest of the girls from Girl Power one more photo? We need you to come back up. We've got some folks that want to take a picture with you quickly. All of you come back up quickly. Can we clap for them again as they make their way? They did an excellent job. We also want to thank Vice President Tanya Tyson for helping us make sure that they had so many fun activities to do. The girls had an opportunity to win 2 instant cameras that allow you to print your pictures out right on the spot. And the gift boxes were worth over $300 each. And so they competed for those cameras. They had to make up a creative expression around owning their power. So they did raps, they did poems, they did dance. It was amazing. They did it like it was nothing, and we have 2 winners. And so we're proud of our 2 winners who won those beautiful gift boxes with instant cameras and all the film that they could use, over $300 in purchases. So we are so proud. Come on, y'all, quickly. You guys have to move down some because there's more young ladies trying to get to the stage for this picture. Move down or go around and try to gather on that side. Go around quickly. Go around quickly so we can get the photo. We can have some, I think that might work. I think that, right in the front. At the bottom, right in the front. There we go. Good idea, Tanya. Thank you. Yep, go in the bottom if you want to. Let's get that picture quickly. Tamika, you got my phone. Let me open that for you. Move it. You guys slide down. All right, we're going to get this photo and let you guys continue with your healthy and wealthy afternoon. Please welcome to the stage Melanie L. Campbell, President and CEO of the National Coalition of Black Citizen Participation, National Convener of Black Women's Roundtable.
Hello. Now, was that not girl power? Michelle, where you at, Michelle? You know, I want you all just to give this sister and everyone, Mary Pat, Acacia, West Sierra, stand up. And this is why we do it, right? And so thank you all, and thank all of our emerging leaders. You're already leaders. They say emerging because you're still a certain age, but you're already a leader because you showed us today. And the agenda that you all laid out in a matter of hours probably took us a couple of months to pull off. And it was such an alignment. So I think we have, after this plenary session, we will be hosting I think it's our 5th annual National Entrepreneurship Challenge. And so I'm going to ask Tamika Ramsey, she had a quick announcement to make sure this starts afterwards. For those of y'all who can stay, please stay. And if you all can stay, please stay. If you can't, you can't, but I hope we're asking everybody because y'all notice everything ended at 3 today, right? And we don't have to see each other again until 9 in the morning. We're going to hear from Bishop Vashti McKenzie. We have Dr. Judith Moore who will be presiding in the morning. So if you can stay till 3 o'clock, we really would appreciate it. If you plan some other things, we listened to your evaluations, if you believe it or not, and we laid out free time. Y'all ended at 5 yesterday, and we're going to end at 3 today. So if you can stay to hear the pitches from these sisters who are pitching up and will win two prizes, one for $25,000 and one for $5,000. And all the women who participated in getting training will get $1,000 apiece. Thank you for the sponsors. Hallelujah. Okay. All right. So, Tamika.
Good afternoon. If you are here to participate in the pitch, if you can meet us outside by the registration desk right now so we can be prepared. Thank you.
And thank you to Tamika Ramsey and Letitia Daniels-Jackson, who are leading our Take It to the Top challenge this year. And get my little note here. Okay. We are also going to hear from a brother who I knew from a distance, just run into, please, y'all, please. From a distance, and we're going to ask that everybody stay unless they have to leave and catch a plane, okay? But Steve Benjamin, who's the assistant to the president, senior advisor to the president and director of the Office of Public Engagement for the White House. That's an amen clap. He spent 12 years as the mayor of the city of Columbia, South Carolina. He's a husband, a father, and just a good brother who listens to everybody. Don't let the smile fool you, he'll cut you too. Now he's from South Carolina, right? Like I'm from Florida, don't get it twisted. Yeah. But it is a blessing to have him, of course, Erica and your team. He's in there making sure that everybody, public engagement is this the people's house. They bring that energy and that belief and just the way he engages and makes it all the attempt. Everything don't work the way you want it, but it works how it's supposed to be. And you're supposed to be here today representing this Biden-Harris administration. And we're so glad you're there. And Erica as well are there. It makes a difference. When you say, how do we leverage our vote? It matters who's in the House and who's outside. Some of us have to be outside raising along something when need be. But you got people in there fighting, because in any kind of structure, you got to have people in the voice who take their lived experience and take that commitment so seriously. So, Steve, we're just looking to hear from you.
afternoon. Hope y'all are doing well. This is a downright exciting environment. I wasn't sure what to expect when I came down the stairs. I've known Mel to some degree for several years, and some of you I actually know from my time as mayor of Columbia. And some of you are naturally gifted. Even some of these young people are naturally gifted at microphones, and I've never enjoyed public speaking, and people are surprised when I say that. Every time I get up to the microphone to speak, I think of the first time I spoke at my home church, at St. John Baptist Church in Columbia, and I was done. A little guy came up to me. He said, "Now grow up, I'm going to give you some money." I said, "Thank you, son, but why?" He said, "Because my daddy said you were the poorest speakers we ever had," right? So I figured I'd get up to speak when I actually had something worth saying, and it's so powerful to be in this room. And I came straight from the White House. I was able to walk into the room and get a significant amount of the true leadership come out of these young sisters in my house. I'm a girl dad. I have a 19-year-old freshman at Spelman, and I have a 16-year-old daughter who is destined, or at least going to try to take over the world someday. We have raised leaders in our household. Their mother is a federal judge. Their grandmothers are present and active in helping lead their lives and help them understand exactly not only who they are, but whose they are. That they are representative. They are representative of literally the backbone of this country, of what we are and what we can be. And it's always powerful to walk in a room like this. Some of you, I know I don't normally wear glasses, and I don't need them, but I can't see without them. So I'm going to put my glasses on for a second. I did really want to be here, and Melanie touched on it briefly. There are very few major decisions, discussions, particularly on all the myriad issues that you all are involved in, and I know they're significant, and they run the gamut, that will come up in the White House, that through our Office of Public Engagement, and my wonderful Chief of Staff, Erica Lowe, that you saw earlier, that we don't gather the leadership. And Mel is either on Zoom or present in the room representing all the voices in this room to make sure that we make the right decisions, or at least informed decisions. And it is so important, and I've always believed the two most powerful words in the English language are thank you. My wife tells me that actually, yes, ma'am. I still think that thank you. And it was important for me to come here on behalf of the President and the Vice President and just say thank you for the work that each and every one of you does in every single state in this country, some of you across the globe, doing the real work that helps this country live up to its promise that it's never fully lived up to. But it's a journey. It's a journey. It's a marathon. It requires honest, true engagement that comes with constructive criticism, pushing, pulling, and real leadership. And again, I really want to reflect on the fact that this room is representative of not only the strength of our struggles, the beautiful and painful experience of black people in this country, the beautiful and uniquely painful experience of black women in this country, but I love the fact it's intergenerational leadership. We've got to continue to invest in our children. We must, and you see that type of leadership. I couldn't do that at 16, 17, 18. I don't know about y'all. I couldn't do that. I actually show up with real data, real research, humanize it in a way that you can communicate it to people. That's leadership, and we got to continue to nurture that and build these young people in amazing ways. And I'm not sure everything that Erica covered, and I wasn't supposed to get up here and do a keynote speech. I was supposed to do it, read a letter and sit my butt down. I believe in the 5 B's. You know, be brief, brother, be brief. I believe in it. But it was important to try and recognize that. I will say this: we have made some significant strides under the President and Vice President's leadership, and I always say the President and Vice President because I think it's important to note that of all the difficult, and I sit with the President often, of all the difficult decisions he has to make, oftentimes there's no good choice. You have to work through a bunch of bad choices and do your very best to make an informed decision. But it's important to note that the most important decision the President's had to make in the last 4 years is decide that if and when he would go into glory someday, who would be President of the United States? And he chose a black woman. And that's important to try and underscore, because I think some days we take it for granted and we realize that the second most powerful person in the world is a black woman. Sat with her yesterday as we sat down. We talked about literally the 80+ thousand people who've been pardoned because of the president's moves on marijuana reform, making sure that no one has a mark on their record or is held back because of simple possession of marijuana, and pushing governors to do the same all across this country. We saw the governor of Kentucky, the governor of Massachusetts, others are following his lead. Some real movement. Was with him earlier this week before he went to Milwaukee to announce a $3.3 billion investment in reconnecting communities. Some of us may not be old enough to remember when they bulldozed highways through the heart of our communities, dividing communities all across this country. $3.3 billion reconnecting communities in Atlanta, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia, 40 states across this country. In Milwaukee alone, 17,000 homes destroyed, 1,000 businesses. You think about the impact on generational wealth and what that could have meant to the people of Milwaukee, working in a restorative and reparative way to bring people back together. Those are just two examples from this week that I think are important. And I'll say this because my wife is a very happy federal judge. But you think about the fact that under Joe Biden's leadership, that there are more black women on the Court of Appeals than every single president in the history of this country combined. And I say all that not because it's Joe Biden or Kamala Harris's successes, but they would not be at the dance but for your leadership. These are your successes. And the fact that, yes, when it's election year and when it's not election year, you're out there doing the real work every single day, connecting communities, making sure the message is shared, it means something. It means something. And we're so thankful for you and all that you do. I'm going to read the president's letter. I'm going to shut up right now and do what I was supposed to do before Melanie comes and gets me up today. It's like the Sandman at the Apollo. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Yes, ma'am. I send my warmest greetings to everyone gathered for the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation, 13th Annual Black Women's Roundtable, Women of Power National Summit. The soul of America is what makes us unique among all nations. We are the only country on earth founded on an idea. It is the most powerful idea in the history of the world. We are all created equal and deserve to be treated equally throughout our lives. While we have never fully lived up to that founding promise, we have never walked away from it either, in part because of the tireless work of organizations like the NCBCP. Since it was established 48 years ago, the NCBCP has served as a steadfast reminder that the power to shape our destiny rests in the hands of we the people. By promoting engagement throughout our communities, empowering people from all backgrounds to fully participate in the democratic process and helping develop a diverse generation of leaders, you are bringing us closer to realizing the promise upon which our country was founded. And with Vice President Harris and countless other women of color leading the charge on issues from domestic policy to foreign affairs, know that my administration has your back. I've never been more optimistic about the future of America than I am today, and it's because of the relentless efforts of organizations just like yours. As you gather for this critical roundtable summit, I remain grateful for your leadership and partnership in the effort to break down the barriers that stand in the way of too many women and girls realizing their full potential. Your work is essential, and I hope you continue to be inspired by what we can accomplish in this country when we work together and are guided by our nation's highest ideals. Signed by Joe Biden. And I'm going to take my seat, but not without giving a bit of, Melanie introduced me as a senior advisor to the president, as a former mayor, as a husband, father, and everything else, and you left out child of God. I'm a follower of the risen Christ. But I will say this, and I say it to you, receive it in the spirit in which it's offered. All right, and Erica's heard me say this to a couple of groups this week of the folks who literally labor in the vineyards every single day, while some other people are chilling, taking it easy, just kind of taking things as they go. Y'all out doing the work. And I want you to truly make sure that as you render service to others, as you live up to the promise of our ancestors, and make sure you protect the future of generations yet unborn, y'all just take care of yourselves too. All right? We don't have a wonderful history of doing that. Black women don't have a wonderful history of doing that. You take care of everyone else. It's so important to make sure that self-care is an important part of what you do every day. If it's just a little bit of your day, you dedicate to prayer, meditation, a little bit of exercise, whatever it is. And I've been talking about these glass balls and rubber balls. Life is like juggling balls, y'all. You have your glass balls and your rubber balls. The glass balls are your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your connection with your God. They're your relationships with people who love you and care about you. Those are the balls that you polish. You protect them with everything that you have. Everything else is rubber ball. It bounces back eventually. We have relied on black women disproportionately over the arc of this nation's history. We love you. We need you. We need you to take care of yourselves. All right? God bless you. All right?
Now join us at the table of Health, Wealth, and Wise Empowerment Leadership Roundtable, taking care of the whole you, mind, body, and spirit, and owning the boss in you unapologetically. Let's welcome our panelists, LaWanna Brown, co-convener, Maryland Black Women's Roundtable. Lucinda Cross, President, Activate Worldwide and Activate Your Life. Lisa Fagar, Executive Director, Black Georgetown Foundation. Stephanie Williams, convener, Kalamazoo Black Women's Roundtable. Mothers of Hope and Monica Ray, President, Congress Heights Community Training and Development Corporation. Convener, DC Black Women's Roundtable.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Shake it off. Shake that sweet tea off. Shake that sweet tea off. So we just got started with a good message on taking care of ourselves, right? How many of us know that that is so important? We could be wealthy and not healthy, right? And we can be healthy and not wise. So I love that we are combining it all together. Let's say it. Let's go to church for a quick second. Healthy.
Healthy.
Wealthy.
Wealthy.
Wise. All right, now prophesy to yourself. Say, I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. And I'm wise. One more time for the word. I am healthy. I am wealthy. And I'm wise. So I'm excited to introduce this amazing panel as we go through this important conversation just about taking care of our whole selves, not just half, but our whole selves. And so I'm going to get started with the questions. Is that okay? We're just going to dive right into this. So, I wonder if I should sit or stand. So let's just get started. Who wants to take the first question? Can you discuss the importance of black women and taking care of mental health? And one thing I would say for me, what I'm proud of, during the pandemic, I said, you know what, I need therapy. I need therapy. I need to see a therapist. I need some help to understand what's going on in my household, in my mind. Am I losing it? What's happening, right? And so who wants to take the first question on mental health? Yes.
Hi, so good afternoon, everybody. I'm LaWanna Brown, co-convener, Black Women's Roundtable, Maryland. And the reason I wanted to take this question is because I realized that during the pandemic, I had a different job at that time, and I could not afford to get therapy. I couldn't afford to have somebody to talk to every week or every month about what was happening with me being locked up in the house by myself, right? I have family who lives here. I couldn't go visit them because they're all elderly, and I was petrified I was going to make them sick, which was making me loopy because I thought, how am I going to see my family? Like, I can't live without seeing my family. But fast forward, God made a way. He is amazing. And I'm in a job now where not only do I have health insurance, I got federal health insurance, and I didn't know what that looked like, but I'm telling y'all, if y'all can get y'all a piece of that federal health insurance, please do that, because I'm telling you, you will not believe the benefits that you have from that. But being able to talk to somebody and talk about what's happening in my own head, because you're sitting by yourself and you're thinking, am I the only one who feels this way? And 9 times out of 10, you're probably not, right? But having somebody to speak with about that and being unapologetic about taking care of your own mental health. I tell my friends all the time, when you go to therapy, don't go to therapy like, well, I don't want to tell them my business. That's the point. That is the point of going to therapy. Get all your business out so you can find out that your business is probably erroneous and you're thinking the wrong things about yourself. So just take that time. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed about anything that has happened in your past. It shaped who you are today, and it will help you move forward in your future. So please take that time to take care of your mental health.
Amen.
I think I want to stress a little bit, too, of how important it is. It's really about quality of life. When we talk about mental health, we're talking about stress, anxiety, depression, panic attacks, grief. All those things play into mental health. And if you're in a situation where counseling may not be obtainable, then there are other tools you can use. Just learning how to breathe, learning how to center yourself, your energy. Be intentional about how you want your day to start. Affirm yourself, because a lot of times we are busy, Melanie, we are working, we are meeting to meeting, and people in our passing forget to tell us, hey sis, how you doing? God bless you. You all right? Breathe. So tell yourself. Remind yourself. Love on yourself, because that plays into your mental health. And then I want to tell you that if you can't afford the counseling, there's life coaches. There's mentors. There's sisters, that are all around us. And if someone is standing next to you, they're going through with you what you're going through. They've been through that. They're going to go through that at some point. So we have to lean on each other. It's not if you're crazy. It's are you smart and wise enough to tap into your inner self, to lean into those conversations with your God, with your higher power, and acknowledge that something is off balance. I got to get it together so I can move forward and do all the great things that we continue to do.
That's good. Clap for that. That's good. Let's talk about work-life balance, right? We have this, we got to take the cape off sometimes, ladies, right? We got to take this superwoman cape off. We can't be everything for everybody, because a lot of times when you look at it, we take a toll and an edit of our lives. We're not on our own agendas. Right? Everybody else is taking part of our lives. So how do you handle work-life balance and the courage it takes to manage, this is the big word, boundaries, setting boundaries? I don't know how many people in this room need to understand the word no, but it's a hard no, and it's a period, okay? So let's talk about that.
I'll take a start. I think it's important that we understand that we talk about work-life balance as though it is an either-or.
Right.
I live in a neighborhood called Congress Heights in Southeast Washington, D.C., where we top the charts on all the negative characteristics. Low AMI, food desert, high educational dropouts, single moms, health disparities. But the true socioeconomic determinants of health also drive wealth. And unless we find ways to strike that balance to build our economic power, we're not going to be healthy or wealthy. I live in a neighborhood where a mom cannot deliver her child in our neighborhood. And it's a direct impact to our economic power. When you look at $37,000 AMI, about 25% of the nation's AMI, we're not going to be healthy or wealthy. And unless we find ways to attack the economics, and we're not going to get our massage away. We're not going to rest our way to that. So we have to find ways to work and self-care. and gaining economic power is the best self-care that we can do for ourselves.
Ooh. Clap for that. You want to take that, Lisa?
Well, let's see. Work-life balance, what is that? I would say that's a real hard one for me as someone who's self-employed, as a consultant. I was diagnosed January 2023 with stage 3 triple-negative breast cancer. And so I was here last year, but I was on the screen, and I was bald. So this is 6 months of hair growth. And
she fine.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, I know that this is a new title for me, Black Georgetown Foundation Executive, but Black Georgetown Foundation is a nonprofit that oversees the 2 oldest black cemeteries in Washington, D.C. And the people who are buried there, a lot of them were born and died in bondage. They were enslaved. And so what kept me, I know it's a different work-life balance, but having cancer, honestly, the distraction of having, to look over the ancestors as they looked over me, they kept me distracted from what I was going through. Triple negative is a very aggressive cancer, breast cancer. It happens to young women, usually those who aren't even old enough to get a mammogram. So usually in their 20s. And so I want all young women that are in here, do not play around. Check your breasts. It's the thing, don't let nobody tell you it's nothing. You understand it's nothing. It's not nothing. And so thank God I listened to my brain because my cancer went from nothing. I went to the doctors and there was nothing there. Gynecologist appointment, regular old pap, the whole annual. 2 weeks, ladies, 2 weeks later, I found a lump. Now, no, I'm not crazy because, when you in the GYN, they ask you, do you check yourself? We had the whole conversation, so I know I wasn't nothing there. 2 weeks later, it was there. I was like, oh, man, I must have hurt myself. Next thing you know, I go back to the doctor, and she's like, no, you have a lump. Next thing you know, it went from 0 to 5 centimeters within 2 months. If I waited around, I'd be stage 4 and not, and I'm still in treatment. So I might look better, but I'm still in chemotherapy. And so the work kept me balanced. I was able to, I wasn't doing my couple consulting positions. I just focused on this one project because it also, was passion. But taking care of ancestors makes you think about your own mortality and how you want to be remembered when you're not here anymore and what you're doing. Is it making a difference? And so that helped me in my journey of trying to be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Big clap for Lisa, please.
Yeah.
For life. Claps and snaps for Lisa. This is big. Unfortunately, last night, before I started last minute packing to come here, I had to sing and sit on the phone with one of my sister friends who her sister ignored the signs of cancer and thought that she didn't want to tell anybody, she didn't want anyone to know what was going on, and she thought she can fight this thing without any wisdom. And we were singing her to her last breath, unfortunately, last night. So please take care of yourself and understand your numbers. Get your breast checked. See your doctor. Things cannot be ignored. And this brings me to the next question. With permission for self-care, but what strategies and methods you use or would you recommend for our sisters to use in terms of self-care and prioritizing that and not ignoring that? We all need a permission slip. Today you're getting a permission slip. This is homework, right? So what homework are we going to give these sisters today?
Check your breasts.
Check your breasts.
Your man should not know your breasts better than you.
Ooh.
Well,
or your woman. That applies.
Right, exactly.
I know I can tell you that I go to work, and when I leave work at work. That was not the normal for me. We used to working all day, 24 hours a day, 9 days a week, and it's only 7. It's okay to rest.
Come on.
To sleep.
Yes.
And don't feel guilty. Feel guilty when you don't do it. When we have the opportunity, most of us work for nonprofit organizations where we have very minimum health care benefits, paid time off, and all of that. Work your 8 hours and stop. Live. Come out of survival mode. Take care of your man, your children, yourself. Take care of yourself. I can tell you that now I turn off that phone. I no longer sleep with my phone up next to my nightstand beeping and buzzing all night long. I turn off the other 2 phones too. when it's time, cut off those emails and those notifications and sit with yourself. Let your spirit talk to you. Be able to just relax and live in the moment and start dreaming bigger and going places and doing things. I chase the sun. I'm on somebody's beach every chance I get with my post up. And lastly, I'm going to tell you this. When you are off and when people are calling and pulling on you, say no. Don't answer. Don't turn back around, because I promise you, when you somewhere and sick and shut in or you don't transpire or whatever, they going to keep on going. They going to keep on doing.
Come on.
So don't give everything you got to everything and everybody. Save it for you, because you need to be here to do everything that God has called you to do. And stay in prayer. Don't forget to pray.
I think it's also about having accountability partners.
Yes.
Friends who are there for you and can remind you when you've gone too far. This year I've had the pleasure of establishing a project called the Blackbone Project. And it's designed, it's a couple women here. It's designed to support black women entrepreneurs. And we are the population of women who have not figured out life-work balance at all. Right? But we hired a full-time psychologist to follow these women and be available to these women to help them understand and to be reminded of self-care and to strike that balance. So having somebody who can poke you and prod you and say, wait a minute, you forgot to do this. Shout out to Ramon in the audience, who's my partner. She'll remind me that I haven't eaten today. So it's accountability.
I love it.
I was going to say, as a person who is new to working at home, that's a new experience for me. I'm used to going in 5 days a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. But working at home, it makes a big difference when your time is up, like you said, when them 8 hours are done, just get up and walk away. If it's undone, make a list 10 minutes before it's time for you to be off. Make your list of what you need to do tomorrow, because that is tomorrow's task. Walk away. Take care of yourself. Journal, pray, take a walk outside, get some sun, because, that sun is good for you. It's replenishing. It's refreshing. Get out. Do some things. Be with your friends. Be with your family. Whatever makes you happy, do those things. I like to travel. I like to get a whole bunch of stamps on my passport. I can't do that right now because it's a new job. However, I'll be traveling these United States in places just to get away and take that time for myself, because I don't do that normally. I'm staying home. I'm working for everybody else. This person calls, that person calls. And I was joking just the other day, because for some reason I'm everybody's bank. I don't know how that happened. And I decided the other day that I'm going to put a note on Facebook and on Instagram that the bank is closed.
Yes.
Don't call me no more. I don't have it. Whatever it is, I don't have it. Whatever it is. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pray for you real, real bad. Pray for you real, real bad, but I don't have it. So that's do those things to protect yourself and don't feel bad about doing it.
And I'll say, you know what black women are really good at? Taking care of other people. And so I want to say thank you to those, the Black Women's Roundtable. Every one of them have reached out to me and really kept me alive. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you. All the conveners have continued to pour into me. Stephanie's sitting right up here. I mean, as soon as I was diagnosed and led, just you talk about accountability partners. Well, Melanie was like, you can't come to the summit last year. She's like, no. Your immune system is too low. And of course, that's what others were telling me. But I'm like, I need y'all, because I was like, this energy, when I leave here, it's a recharge. And I was like, I need it. And I was like sitting at home watching on on the screen. It's not the same. So I was like, Melanie, I'm coming. I'm coming this time. She's like, are you sure? I was like, yes, I am here. I don't even care what you say this time. I know where you're going to be. So, and like I said, black women take care of you. But we got to do the same for ourselves because they're still taking care of me. I just got a couple texts before I came on stage of people sending me, hugs, virtual hugs and all of that. So I'm like, we need to do the same, what we do for others, for ourselves because we're obviously capable. But yeah, y'all love on me, and that's why I'm here today.
This is good. This is good. So in closing, this is good. Do you feel motivated to take care of yourself today? Do you feel that your assignment is either I'm going to start journaling, praying more? Who needs to do more of something? Raise your hand. Right? Praying more, seeing the sun some more, taking a tech detox. I told my kids, I said, put the phone down, and they both home from college. So I'm like, can I see your face? Can I just see my children's face, okay? But in closing, and we all have our assignments of what we need to do more of, and just take a look at the person sitting next to you and hold them accountable to doing something before this year is over. I would say even before this quarter is over. Sometimes we can't even wait. Yes? We can't even wait. So in closing with this last question, with taking care of yourself, owning the boss in yourself, what does healthy, wealthy, and wise mean to you?
Well, if you don't have the health thing first, all the others don't matter. Because if I'm not here, I can't be wealthy or wise. So that's, it really needs to be number one. And I think, I never even heard of triple negative breast cancer. I didn't even know there was different kinds of breast cancer until it happened to me. So I think that's what usually happens to most of us. We don't know about these health issues till you get the issue. It'd be great to just be ahead of that. So focus on your health, the eating, all of that. I know we always put everything off to the next. Oh, we're going to do it. We might do it. You just can't. You just can't do it. We just got to hold our own selves accountable.
That's good.
Stay healthy.
That's good.
For me, I think it looks like knowing who you are and taking time every day to learn who you are. I have a bunch of sticky notes all over my bedroom to remind me of different things every day. And the one thing that I always remember is the only constant is change. And so I try to remember that as things change, breathe, journal, read a book, take a walk, but knowing that I can just stand in who I am every day. And my no is no, my yes is yes. And there might be a boundary on my yes, but standing, 10 toes down in that unapologetically.
Love it.
I would probably like to add that we change the conversation a little bit beyond our individual health and wealth and wisdom, but think about generational health, wealth, and wisdom. Thinking about not only how we live, but how we transition, how we prepare for our children's children. If you haven't done your living trust yet, do it. Find ways to avoid the cost of probate to take care of yourself.
That's good. That's good. Yes.
I'm going to encourage all of you, especially if you haven't done it before, to know your ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Know your trauma number, right? You can go on Google right now and look up ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Get your ACE score, and the next time you go to your doctor, have a conversation with him about your trauma score so that your medical plan, can match that, okay? Now that we understand trauma, we're going to tap into our resilience because we know, sisters, we're going to make it work how we do it when we do it, right? We are resilient, but don't be as resilient that you kill yourself trying to do everything for everybody else. Lastly, I'm going to say, go to the chiropractor. I had an issue with constipation, and guess what? A sister is free. Go to your chiropractor, okay? And then I want you to also have these conversations in the kitchen table, in the backyard, at the barbecue with y'all. We are dealing with so much. You're not alone. It's okay. Process. Heal, set them boundaries, and be consistent, especially with your children and family. Yeah, I said children. No is okay, and cut the Cash App off too. And please be intentional every day. Set the intentional. I am blessed. I am powerful. I will not be erased. I am loved. I can be loved. Be intentional, because what you put out there is what you're going to receive back.
Ooh, this was juicy. So let's give a hand for our panelists for the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise: LaWanna Brown, Lisa Fager, Stephanie Moore, Monica Ray, and I'm your girl, Lucinda Crow. Let's stand up. Thank you.
Photographer in the room? Okay. Thank you. Can we give our Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise plenary leaders a hand? So we got quite a few people sit here. We are going to have two other closing remarks, and then we're going to move right into our Take It to the Top challenge. But earlier today, we were lifting up all of our team, and I don't think George Cheney was here yet. And George, so we did our early thank yous. But I want you to stand up and come stand up here with me if you feel up to it. I know your back was bothering you. And Kara is in here too. Come on up here. I want you to come up because they did yeoman's work. I wanted to get a picture with you guys who led our Public Policy and Education Day. So I want to give them a shout out because Kara, you were not here. So y'all just come on up. Just come on up. We'll take a picture. So thank them for all that hard work. Apropos, we will have a special video. I want to thank Kristen Jones and the Virginia crew for getting this video for Congresswoman McClellan. Had some remarks. And then the last speaker you will hear, last and certainly not least, will be Natasha Dupuy. Did I pronounce that correct? Dupuy, director. She came across the bridge from the District of Columbia. She works for Mayor Muriel Bowser and runs the Mayor's Office on Women's Policy and Initiative. So we'll hear the Congresswoman's video, and then we'll hear from Sister Natasha.
Civil War. And in this tenuous moment in time, I am often reminded of the late John Lewis's final words to us. Democracy is not a state. It is an act that requires every generation to do its part to build the beloved community. Our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents did their part, and it is incumbent upon us to do our part to ensure our children and their grandchildren don't have to fight the same fights, or if they do so from a position of greater strength, just as we are now, thanks to the work of our ancestors. So remember to own your power today and every day. Thank you again to the Black Women's Roundtable for hosting this important summit. I hope your programming is productive and informative, and I look forward to the next time we can meet in person.
Good afternoon. I got a song for you. Ready? All right. If you're happy and you know it, say amen. Do you know that one? Say amen. You want to own your power? If you're happy and you know it, say amen. You want to say it? Amen. Okay, we're going to stop because I'm going to get real happy, okay? But this song says, if the Spirit falls on you, it's going to make you shout. Some people say hallelujah, but you can shout however you shout. We're here to own our power, all right? My name is Natasha Dupuy. I bring you greetings on behalf of Mayor Bowser, who leads the Washington, D.C. government, our entire city, right? That's the District of Columbia, our nation's capital. I'm here as the director of the Mayor's Office on Women's Policy and Initiatives, okay? What does that look like? We have an office dedicated to support women's initiatives across our city. We have 3 different pillars: health and wellness, economic empowerment, and civic engagement. We're looking at some championing pink tax. If you say, what's pink tax? Women should not be paying specific extra dollars, coins, cents for feminine products, right? Right? So if you're in D.C., you don't have to pay extra dollars for that. We have paid family leave. That is a part of it. 12 weeks for women and our spouses, right? Again, that is not federal policy. So we're thinking about owning our power. We're imagining some practical things and steps to support women, Black women, in the District of Columbia, and that's what our office is championing. So that's one example in health and wellness. I'll give you 2 more examples, and I'm going to shout out some people here because we're excited. Okay, when we think about economic empowerment, you heard from Monica Ray over here. Can we give another round of applause for our Monica Ray? We know that when we think about grant dollars, government does a lot of procurement. That means we're spending money to get goods and services. We need to make sure that those goods and services are coming from Black-owned businesses, right? Black women-owned businesses, right, as well. And so we're making sure that in our office, we're calling attention to those grant programs, or like she talked about, the Black Bone Project, organizations that are making sure that Black women entrepreneurs get connected to the technical support and that stress management piece, okay? The last thing I'll talk about our office, and then I'll champion some shout-outs, and I'll be out your way. When we talk about civic engagement, we want to make sure that folks, I see a lot of young people in the room. I see some HU folks in the house. HU? All right. I took a class. I get excited. When I think about civic engagement, some folks have a level of apathy, right? That's why I came up here with the if you're happy and you know it. Okay, say amen. Some people say that's not for me. I just saw a movie. It comes out this Friday called Shirley. Shirley Chisholm. You know about Shirley? Okay. There was a lady in there called Barbara Lee. She approached Shirley Chisholm after hearing her really enthusiastic about being involved in the political process. And at the time, she thought this was not for her. I challenge all of us to be happy in our pursuit of justice. Happy in the midst of all of the circumstances on the news, right? Because we are going to be the connectors to that person to fuel our continual movement. We're not ignorant to the fact of the ills of the world, but we know we need people power. So as we own our power, I want you to remember the work that we're doing. We call ourselves MOPI. But in the mayor's office here in D.C., we got to tap our people in. We recognize everybody is not happy all the time with what we decide, but we have to act.
And so we have to listen and connect with our people, okay? I'm going to tell you one fact and figure. Last year, my team did 186 events. There are 365 days in a year. 186 events. I'm putting that in perspective because civic engagement means I don't have to just talk about it in an email. No one sees our emails. I can't just have a Zoom call. I have to be in community. And so just as much, there are people virtual right now. Shout out, appreciate you. I'm glad you tuned in. This is amazing. Happy Saturday. I have to come across the bridge. I live in a part of town called East of the River. Pull up. Pull up. Okay? I'm on the pop-up ministry. Everybody knows it, okay? I will tap in with my constituents, my neighbors on their blocks. Okay, I just challenge us all to think about when we have our engagements, you can build it, it's very beautiful, and then you look at the room, we say the room is not filled up. What happened? I didn't have the right snacks. No, it's not about that. Where are the people? Right? Maybe I need to have a block party. Maybe I need to go where they are, right? Do something different. So that's our challenge. Again, health and wellness, maybe we need to do some different policy decisions. Think about what you need. I don't want to pay extra dollars for my tampons. I need extra time off if I want to expand my family or care for a loved one. Practical things. Economic empowerment. I want some of them dollars for my business. Right, practical steps. I want my friend, let's keep it 100. I want my auntie to come with me as I get out the vote. Right? I want somebody to make phone calls with me instead of talking about, oh, I know what you do. Go ahead, girl. No, come with me. Go ahead, us. Okay? Here are my shout-outs. There's a group of women here from the District of Columbia, and this may be their first time coming. I would love for all of them to stand. If you are from the District of Columbia, it's your first time in the Black Women's Roundtable. Those are my people. Yes, ladies. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. If you've been here before, I see you too. Yes, ma'am. There are some legends. We heard from Cora Masters-Berry. We had the Blacks and Wax. We've been here this week. Yes. We know that there are folks who are paving the path. What I would be remiss in saying as I come to a close, as we fight for D.C. statehood, to be a cousin and the fight in the Senate and in Congress to help all of us out across our nation, part of our work is to recognize that D.C. has residents that can be engaged. Okay, we have amazing venues as well. As our mayor would say, Mayor Bowser, I'm coming to the close and put the mic back. I'm going to tell you one more fun fact. I'm also an elected official myself, and so if you give me a mic, I get excited. No, but I am an elected official. But as our mayor would say, what are you doing to support DC's comeback? That's her question all the time. But what I'm going to ask you to do while you are in the region is come across the bridge to our way. You're close. There's a metro. Come across the bridge. You can go east of the river, south side as we like to call it. There's a place, Sycamore and Oak. But I would like to say that there's some art activations happening across the city that you might be interested in. You can talk to us more about it, but if you look up Art-O-Matic, sounds like what it said, no, Art-O-Matic. Okay, I'll be quiet on that one. There's a lot of black women who are expressing themselves. I'm connecting because it's Women's History Month. They're channeling our power into places, again, to activate civic engagement. Maybe I see a movie like Shirley. Maybe I see a piece of artwork at the National Gallery of Art. You see that Oprah picture or the National Portrait Gallery. And now I say I want to get engaged. Do what you need to do to feel happy and know it. All right? Thank you so much.
Photographer.
Now it's time for the 8th Annual Black Women's Roundtable Take It to the Top National Entrepreneurship Semifinalist Challenge. Please welcome to the stage Tamika Ramsey, owner and principal associates, T. Ramsey and Associates, convener, Metro Detroit, Eastern Michigan Black Women's Roundtable, and Letitia Daniels Jackson, owner of Tandega LLC, convener, South Alabama Black Women's Roundtable.
Good afternoon, everybody. Come on, we gotta get hyped. Hey, y'all, are you ready? All right, well, my name is Tamika Ramsey with T. Ramsey and Associates.
And I'm Letitia Jackson with the South Alabama Black Women's Roundtable.
And we are here and excited to be able to hear, support, and hopefully give resources to some Black women business owners across the country. Right now, we have Mississippi represented. We have Michigan represented. We have D.C. represented. Alabama is represented. All right, did I miss a state? Look at me. All right, so they have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You should have on your table a piece of paper with a QR code on it so that you can get more information as they are talking about their businesses. Do you need, does somebody need one? A table? Raise your hand. Okay, keep your hand up high. We have somebody helping. All right, we are going to be calling people up. We have 2 different categories. Letitia, tell us about those categories.
Okay, the first category you will hear from is from those ladies who have, why are you laughing, Judy? Oh, those ladies who have ideas, who want to start a business, haven't quite started it yet, but they have an idea and they're going to pitch their idea to you today. The next category is going to be ladies who already have their businesses started and they are pitching to have support for their business. And we will have 1 winner in each category. So sit back, relax, and take it away.
All right, so we are going to start with our idea category, and we're going to ask that Ms. Sharp from Metro Detroit, the Metro Detroit area, come on up. Stand right there. All right.
There's one thing we failed to mention. We have 3 judges up front. Judges, raise your hands. We have 3 judges up front. They have a group of categories that they will be judging each of the participants over. After each participant gives their spiel, the judges, if they choose, can ask a question of each, or more questions of each participant. And then the next participant will come up. So the judges, you can ask questions at the end of the presentation. And then at the end of all of the presentations, we will tally up the judges' scores and present the winner.
So the presenters have 2 minutes. The judges will have 3 minutes to ask questions and get a response. They are going to be... the criteria will be problem and solution, compelling message or story, data to support your claim, target audience, sustainability and future plan, engaging presentation style, confidence and passion in the idea, anticipation of questions, and a call to action. We were able to meet with the business owners last night and went over all of these things. We had a back and forth conversation sometimes after the training happened to make sure that everybody had what they needed. We are excited and we're going to hand it over.
When I look out into this room, I see amazing, beautiful Black women. Your beauty starts from the top of your head, graced in your crown of glory. Your hair, ladies, from sleek, sophisticated, to bold and adventurous. Your hair tells a story of individuality and self-expression. Your hair is a $5.9 billion industry. Your hair is mostly purchased from Korean-owned beauty supply stores. where dollars are circulated in a community that knows very little about your hair. I'm Demir Sharp, and let me introduce you to the launch of my main collection, a top-notch customer service, high-quality hair extensions, and a transformative experience that will leave you feeling empowered and confident. And this business is Black-owned and woman-led. The biggest consumers of hair extensions and wigs are men and women between the ages of 35 and 44, the sophisticated working class, earning what's needed to maintain their beauty priorities. But as a college student, earning a degree that will help secure my future career helps if I too maintain my beauty priorities, but on a budget. That's the unique leverage of my main collection, is offering both high quality and affordable prices for the working class in practice, ages 18 to 24, building both confidence and style. With a $5,000 seed, we can move from ideation phase to startup phase, acquire 3 hair vendors, complete burn, wash, color tests, publish our website, and execute a powerful branding strategy. In the midst of countless options, choose my main collection as your main collection. Thank you.
Thank you. Judges, do you have any questions?
How will the hair be distributed? How does a person buy it from you?
I would do a website, and it'll be online based, but in my city, in my state, I'll also do delivery.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, judges? Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause. Ms. Means is next. Yes, is she coming? No? Oh. Ms. Weeks. The next participant is Ms. Weeks. She's on her way. Ms. Holly Weeks. Oh, mistake. She's a business, not an idea. What's her? Miss Stephanie McGill. Stephanie McGill, you're the next idea. And Miss Boone, you're on deck, so come up front so we can call you once we finish with her. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss McGill.
Thank you. All right, everybody, help me out. Repeat after me. Soul Train, where you been? I've been planting seeds and I'm back again. Thank you, Soul Sisters. I am Stephanie McGill, founder and lead conductor of the Soul Train. The Soul Train is a sustainable outdoor learning experience, and I provide training and recreational activities in nature. We must prepare our seeds for the future. And just like Harriet Tubman, I want our people to be free, physically and financially free to thrive in this country. So I'm on a mission to strengthen the social and economical status of all brown people everywhere and identify and develop their natural, unique talents to generate income and create a collectible force that will directly benefit families and communities in underserved communities, starting right here in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. We will have soul stations all across the world, all across the cities in this country that will create ways to eradicate homelessness by teaching folks how to live off the land in respect of our ancestors. We will also be able to refocus mindsets into focusing on productivity and hope for a brighter future. We can all work together, and I have found a two-way street that can get us to our destinations. If there's 100 people in this room, if everyone committed to $5 a week for 5 months, because 5 is my magic number, the Soul Train, in 5 months, the Soul Train will have $10,000 worth of fuel to create safe stations all over the world. We can do this together. Get on the Soul Train.
Wait, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Judges, do you have any questions?
Her mic's not working. She wants, can you give, what is the Soul Train? What's the Soul Train?
Well, the Soul Train is a way for us to collectively be able to sustain ourselves. I want us to teach each other how to do everything that we need to sustain ourselves, from garments to gardens, and that will include all business owners. So we want to find a way to collect these things, and the Soul Train is the vehicle that will help move us in the right direction.
Awesome. Can you give me an example of a Soul Train experience?
An example of a Soul Train experience is, first of all, I work with the youth, and we want to get them out off of the streets. We want to focus them into the vocational studies that they need to survive, because they're hungry. They want to eat. We're going to reduce crime, because we're going to get them out there and have them literally build their own futures. And if they do that, they will have a sense of pride in their neighborhood, starting in our own backyards. We can do this every day, and I'm on the ground, and that's the way the Soul Train could connect communities and help us to be more prosperous in the future.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you. The next idea we have is Ms. Boone. Come forward, please. Can you restart the clock timer? We have a new person. Our next person is Ms. Boone.
Good day, sisters. How's everyone? Thank you for having me. Would you believe I used to be 274 pounds? I now am 160, and I did it all naturally. My name is Theodora Boone, and over my journey, I became a certified nutritionist and chef. Through my journey, I was able to identify that the food I was consuming and the lifestyle I was enduring truly aided in the unhealthy lifestyle I was living. I discovered it's 95% of what you eat and 5% of work. And it wasn't many spaces to support who I am and the journey I am on. So I created Curve Crave Wellness. At Curve Crave Wellness, we specialize in curvy women on a wellness journey where we celebrate and support the beauty of every curve. Our experienced nutritionists, such as myself, specialize in creating personalized meal plans that embrace curves and work towards health and wellness goals. Telling my customers say goodbye to one-size-fits-all diets and hello to a nourishing journey designed just for you. We provide daily nutrition plans, meal planning and prepping, fitness educations and trainings, cooking classes, and overall community that provides that lifestyle and support that you need on a wellness journey. With this opportunity, this would give me a runway to grow and expand my business, putting more professionals into my business, and meal prep with different commissary kitchens and more to reach communities that does not have access to this way of living, healthy way of living. Thank you for having me and for me sharing my experience and passion with you and bringing a curvy and healthy wellness journey to everyone and us all.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Boone. Do we have any questions for Ms. Boone?
Apparently, I'm the question on behalf of the judges panel. They're sending me questions. Is this an existing business?
So this is an idea I have truly been working on, making it an existing business. So taking steps as far as working with the Black Mountain Project to get assistance and resources for my business, such as licensing and, just funding and things of that nature. So it's an idea, but it'll be a business coming to you soon.
Awesome. Wonderful. And then my last question is, what will you spend the money on first?
So I feel I would spend the money on first with building the inside of the business because that's important. So such as marketing tools, hiring and everything as far as producing our products, and just getting assistance to continue to grow the business. Then I would like to partner with other kitchens, commissary kitchens, where I could provide meal preps and deliver with drivers to different communities such as seniors, low-income communities who cannot access this type of living.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that was our three participants that pitching their ideas. Now we are going into the part of the program where you will hear from ladies who have their own businesses. This is the business section. And our first participant is Miss Daria Davis.
Good afternoon, sisters. My name is Daria Davis. I live in a low-wealth food desert in Washington, D.C. We only have 2 grocery stores to serve over 80,000 residents, and none of which are great healthy options for high-quality baked goods or food. Now, DF Cake Lounge proposes to solve 2 problems in one. One is to increase our wealth as well as increase our health by creating DF Cake Lounge and Academy. There, we will train low-wealth individuals on how to prepare healthy food while monetizing those goods in our community. Now, there's two parts to this business. One is a for-profit and one is a non-profit side. The non-profit side will help us acquire government funding and resources to train, purchase equipment, and raw products for practicing. The winnings from today will assist with finding a brick and mortar space, paying for some of that space, and having additional working capital on hand. Students who successfully complete the class will have all their serve-safe certificates, as well as step-by-step mentorship on how to create a business. From there, students will be given a chance to advertise their signature dish and have it sold in the community market. My wish is not to have these students have a business, but to be in business. I will also assist them with creating a pipeline to have their products sold wholesale in restaurants, small boutique, grocery stores, and to event planners for events such as this. The value proposition for DF's Cake Lounge is to build wealth and health for our residents. If we want change in our community, there are 2 major factors that we have to tackle. Because we all know in this room, health and wealth is the social demise of our community.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Do we have any questions for Ms. Davis from our panel of judges?
A quick question. Are you looking, you said that you were looking to have your students, who is this target student audience?
So it's the residents in the community who currently do not know how to properly prepare healthy meals.
And is the goal to be able to teach them the meals? Because you kind of confused me when you asked about in business and about business. Can you clarify that?
The goal is to teach them to properly prepare meals, give them all the certifications to do that, and then once they do that and successfully complete the business, then to show them how to create a business and how to be in business with the community market.
Okay. And what's your background?
I have a bakery.
I'm sorry?
I have a bakery.
A bakery?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you, Ms. Davis.
Thank you.
Your turn.
All right, so for the judges, as you complete your forms, if you can hand it to the judge all the way to the far right, she will tally them up for us. Yes. Okay. All right, we're gonna can we take a 2-minute, can you run the clock? We'll take a 2-minute break.
No, 60
No?
seconds.
60 seconds, okay. Oh, y'all want me to tell some jokes? No. Yes. Listen, the Eddie Murphy jokes, I get put out of here so quick. Ooh. She did. Okay, how are y'all feeling so far about who we've seen? All right, we got some really good ideas thus far, and the two businesses that we've heard from are good as well. I'm excited to hear the rest. I guess my job is to be cute, huh? All right. Gotta hold my stomach here. All right, Miss Memes, if you want to come on up, make your way up. Okay. All right. I still see some writing. Hold on one second. They still writing. We waiting. We can wait.
Oh, yes, the mic. Thank you.
Miss Egypt.
I want to hear a little bit more noise. This is DC in the house. What's up, y'all? Okay, so my name is Egypt from Egypt Army Wellness, and I have a business in Washington, D.C. that is primarily based on wellness. My mission is to enlighten, empower, educate, and educate. A strong wellness foundation is built on support and grace. Egypt Army Wellness is a support system for those in need of a genuine community of like-minded women looking to grow and thrive in wellness. We encourage our members to move with the ebbs and flows of life, honoring who they are and how they feel in each stage of their respective wellness journeys. Egypt Army Wellness gives enlightenment or insight into what it means to live a holistic lifestyle. My target audience is women, black women from the ages of 25 and up, and not primarily based in DC, but in DC and worldwide. I intend to be a household name. I want to build a community. The reason why I started this business was I wanted to build a community that I so desperately needed to heal an unresolved mental disorder that was revealed to me during the pandemic. Egypt Army Wellness is a luxury lounge that acts as a community and support system for women of color that are interested in living a holistic wellness lifestyle. We solve issues of lack of awareness, support, community, opportunity, and inspiration for people that transition into, people who are unaware of, and people who are already submerged in the wellness lifestyle.
Any questions from the judges?
What is your background?
I have been doing hair in Washington, D.C. for about 20 years. So my background is women. My background is being a mother and just supporting the black community.
Thank you. Can you give us a little bit about how you plan to market your business?
Sure. I plan to market my business, but so what I plan to do with the $25,000 is that? Okay? All right, so receiving the funding will allow me to expand both my existing virtual and in-person platforms. If you guys, some people out here have experienced what I had to offer yesterday morning. I did some breathing techniques, and this morning we did a walk. So that was amazing. It was great energy. And so, like I said, if some people in the audience were there, you guys know or have experience about what Egypt Army Wellness is. Along with the $25,000, I would invest in mind, body, and soul-focused products, i.e. herbs, teas, crystals, diffusers. I would revise my food demo tutorials because I have those now. I would also revise my tutoring, my tutorial videos, my workout programs, my meal plans, and continue to educate myself by taking advanced classes. Okay.
Thank you very much. Holly Weeks, you are up.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Holly Weeks, a digital maven and the founder of Digital Weeks, LLC. We are dedicated to providing a comprehensive social media solution tailored to the unique needs of every client we have. Now, in a world where organizations and businesses must have a presence that stands out, the common question always is your social media working for you? But the better question is, do you know how to make your social media work for you? Through our services, we include social media content creation, social media strategies, graphic design, video production, website posting, and social media scheduling. We empower businesses to maximize their online visibility and engage their audience effectively. Our approach is rooted in strategy, creativity, and deep understanding of social media dynamics. With partnering with Digital Weeks LLC, you're not just hiring a service provider, you are gaining a trusted ally in the dedication to your success. Now that I have said my business foundations, let's discuss how you can help us as an organization to get to the next level. So, our short-term goal is to increase our number of upsell offerings. These upsell offerings take our average projects from about $2,500 to $4,000, nearly doubling our current client projects. Now, with that additional funding, what we would do would make sure we do three things: invest in software, personnel, and the personal development. So say with me, you plus me is Digital Weeks Fulfilled. You plus me is Digital Weeks Fulfilled. So if you are looking to invest in Digital Weeks, we are ready to take your company to the next level. And if you need help with your social media support, please reach out to us, Digital Weeks LLC. Now, can you say it with me again? You plus equals Digital Weeks Fulfilled. It is you plus us equals Digital Weeks Fulfilled. Now, make sure you scan that QR code. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, all right. Are there any questions for Ms. Weeks?
Yes, please. What's your sustainability plan?
So my sustainability plan is based off of the social media market, but I do know having recurring and retainer clients based off of current projects that I have, that I'd be well. So examples would be doing a lot of stationary things, knowing that stationary is always something that is needed in most businesses.
And your primary audience is businesses, not individuals?
My primary audience is businesses, correct.
Okay, thank you.
How many years have you been in business?
I have been in business for 2 years.
And what was your gross profit for last year?
So client-wise, I grew 150%.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Weeks. So our next participant is Miss Janine Lowry. Janine, come on down. Now you can either stand at the podium or you can hold the mic. Which one you want?
Hello, I'm Dr. Janine Laurie, and my mission of Black Female Therapist, and my mission is to destigmatize therapy within the Black community, especially because I'm a healer who was in need of healing. Did you know that less than 5% of therapists in the United States identify as Black? 5%, less than 5% of licensed therapists are Black. On January 5th, 2021, I lost my good friend and licensed therapist to COVID-19. She called me when she was on the ventilator, so I assumed that she was going to be okay because she was talking while she was on the ventilator. So I said, sis, let me call you right back. I got to see these clients. I have so many people who need me right now, and I know you're okay because you can talk and you're going to be okay. So I went and saw my clients, called her back, and she was no longer with us. And I was devastated. So I found myself in a position, so now I'm a healer that is in need of healing. But the problem was I couldn't find a licensed therapist who accepted my insurance because all of us, we had wait lists at the time. So I am here to ask for funding to help support my documentary, Healing the Healers. The goal of my documentary is to show the human side of therapists, normalize going to therapy, inspire others to participate in therapy that may need help, and also to use it as a tool of cultural competency to help therapists who don't look like us. Because if it's only 5% of therapists who identify as Black, some of us gonna have to see the white therapists. So I would like to also add that I have been in consultations with film distributors, and with the $25,000, they will help me to have it streaming into different places like possibly Netflix, workshops, licensings, and trainings. And the potential goal to make off the profit from this is $200,000. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Support Black therapists.
All right, judges, do you have any questions?
Yeah, we have 2 questions. Who's your target audience?
My target audience is therapists because iron sharpens iron. And this film will also help us to be able to, be able to communicate with one another so we know that we have support within ourselves. And we also need to be reminded that we need to go see therapy as well. And also, everyone probably here that's in college has taken a course in psychology, and I would like to have this in different institutions as a part of their program because, again, there are different white therapists in these programs, and we can use this as a tool for cultural competency.
And last,
go ahead. Sorry, and what's your sustainability plan? Because I heard you talk about getting a movie or a film. Is that a documentary?
Yes.
Is that the fullness of the work, a series of documentaries?
Well, yes, I have other documentaries we can work on, but I also have created a cultural competency course that offers 4 credits for each licensed therapist when they renew their license. Each year, every 2 years, we all renew our license, and you need 30 credits in order to renew it. And it's optional what type of courses that you take, but I would like to offer this course. In addition to suicide awareness, we have to take that. We have to take a course on ethics. So I believe this is a type of course that could be along with those other courses that are needed. Thank you. Support Black therapists.
Ms. Scott, you're up next. LaShawn Scott. You left your phone, young lady. Ms. Scott, come on up.
Hi, I am your self-care guru, LaShawn Scott. I have graduated from HU. All right. So I'm the owner and founder of Pearls of Peace Massage. I am a massage therapist that experience and specialize and focus in well and peace of well-being. My decision becoming a massage therapist was basically based off my own traumatic experiences. I experienced postpartum depression, where they didn't recognize most of those depression, mental health in our area. So I decided to go out and make this an effort of my own. The importance, excuse me. I'm on a healing journey for, I did get mixed up. I messed up. I am shy, I must say. I do help heal amongst all people in the DMV area. I'm a very shy person, so me being up here and taking a chance today to speak in front of all of you guys is the most important thing to me. So me not winning I'm facing a fear today. So I'm telling you this, that my business helps people face fears with self-confidence and also strategies of having self-care. And with me doing this and getting granted with this opportunity, I will create those things within my region and area by becoming a part of the Blackbone Project. Today I face the fear.
Okay, all right, facing fears, that's important, facing fears. You can never overcome your fear until you walk into it. You cannot walk from it, you gotta walk into it. So let's give her another hand. Do we have any questions from the judges?
Yes, first, congratulations, you did that.
Thank you.
And second, what do you want to spend the money on?
Say that.
What are you going to do with the money?
So I would take the money and I would actually expand my business by hiring employees within my community first, because I want to expand that because of the poverty that's surrounded in my DMV area. And I also would take that and do marketing strategies along with getting the right tools to myself and the employees that I will hire.
How long have you been in business to date?
So today I am a 5-year business. Of course, with COVID, I started out with valuable business employees. I had 5 employees, but with COVID hitting, I had to depart with them. So that's why with granting me with this money will actually help expand my business back to the future that we were actually, excuse me, we were hitting. We had clients such as practitioners, pediatric with Spectrum Care. We also had surgery centers. We have schools and rehabilitation.
And is your target audience individuals or institutions? Because you just gave a nice list of organizations and institutions, but who's your target audience?
So it's the overall. So within the spectrum of the business and institution and within our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, LaShawn Scott. Thank you. Thank you. Our next participant is LaShanya Thompson L. Please come down. LaShanya Thompson L. I hope I'm saying your name right. Okay. Come on, LaShanya. Let's give LaShonda a hand. LaShanya.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, family. My name is LaShawna Thompson-Neal. I am a native Washingtonian, and I am the CEO of DC Native Botanicals. I recently received a conditional license to open a cannabis cultivation center in DC. And this opportunity became about because DC City Council passed a law requiring that the Alcohol, Cannabis, and Business Association issue 50% of the cannabis licenses to returning citizens who have been directly impacted by the war on drugs and mass incarceration. And so investing in DC Native Botanicals is an opportunity to invest in a cannabis company that is rooted in community and invested in social justice. We are a cannabis company that specializes in high-grade organic cannabis, and we have strong community ties within the Washington, D.C. area. In the next 2 years, the U.S. economy is expected to gross $52 billion through the cannabis retail industry. DC Native Botanicals expects to gross $4.6 million in year 2 and year 3. With the funding from this opportunity, we will pay the additional fees to obtain our official license. We will continue to build our brand, which means giving out lots of samples in the community where we live, free samples. And we will also continue to work with investors, secure a property, and launch DC Native Botanicals by September 2024. We plan to go straight to the top. And the funds that we will raise or we will earn from DC Native Botanicals will be used to invest in the community where I grew up, east of the river. We will continue to invest in, oh, sorry about that.
Y'all see, fair, we got to give everybody the same amount of time. So when your time is up, we take the mic. All right, judges, do you have any questions?
Where can we get the free samples? No. Take the mic away from me.
I love my people.
No, I'm sorry.
Did you bring any free samples?
Oh, right. Are you, is your business open now?
So my husband and I have been growing our own cannabis for medicinal purposes for the last 5 years. DC Native Botanicals is a new company because the social equity applicants just went in last year. And I wanted to say that the funding, the profits that we make from this company will be used to obviously disrupt generational poverty, but also to reinvest in DC leaders who are working to interrupt violence and treat trauma in communities that are at high risk.
Are you doing both medical and recreational?
So in DC, we have a process now where we are pushing those retail shops that were in the unregulated market into the regulated market. So they will be required to purchase their cannabis from DC cultivators. So our target customer is the retail shop who sells to customers who have medicinal marijuana cards and who use cannabis for medicinal purposes. So we will be selling directly to the retail shops who sell to the customers or patients.
Business to business.
Yes, ma'am.
Business to consumer. Got it.
Is that it? Any other questions? Any other questions? No. Okay, thank you, LaShanya. Put up for LaShanya Thompson L. Our next participant is Sharika Rimmer Higgins. Come on down, Sharika. And up next, so you can get close to this side, is going to be Ms. Trinette Stanford. You're up next.
Right. Thank you. Sharika Rimmer Higgins. Good afternoon. Raise your hands if you've ever eaten out and 30 minutes to an hour or even the next day you were sick to your stomach, running to the restroom, even cramping. We all have, right? And guess what we called it? Oh, I just have a little stomach bug. No. Chances are you had a foodborne illness. 48 million people get sick. 128,000 are hospitalized. And 3,000 people die every single year from foodborne illnesses. At Edible Smarts, I am on a mission
to eliminate this epidemic. From an environmental health standpoint, wouldn't you like to know that some of your fave waters like Fiji have been rated 15 out of 100 for the most toxins in it? I am Sharika Rimmer Higgins, the first Black woman to own a food safety and environmental health consulting firm. And, I want to be the leading national source of food safety and environmental health education. This blessing would help me to be more tech advanced with my website and to curate online classes for my target audience of restaurant owners, managers, and caterers. I could finally hire a young Black college student to enhance my social media presence. It would help me to hire a secretary who was the first Black woman circuit clerk of Attala County, but just lost to a white man in a rigged election. It would also help me to offer Boss Academy, a virtual 6-week workshop for single Black mothers who always dreamed of owning their own restaurant. As a consumer safety inspector for the government, working 10 to 12-hour shifts a day.
Let's give her a round of applause, everyone. All right. Do the judges have any questions?
We do.
All right.
Can you talk about your sustainability plan?
Yes. So I do offer the Serve Safe courses. That's my most sought out service. And I am in the process of partnering with the WIN Job Center to offer the courses, and they will ensure that these individuals have a job once they take the course. So creating jobs, and also working with corporations. I already have, with the 98% success rate, I have several clients and even school districts, and I'm looking to get more clients. That's why I need the help.
How long have you been in business?
I opened the doors of my business in April of 2020, right when it was confirmed that COVID was, unfortunately here. And so for a whole year, I couldn't provide any services. So for the last few years, I've been in business and steady trying to develop my company. But with working the 10 to 12-hour shifts, as mentioned, I cannot afford the time to develop my business as I need to.
Any other questions?
No. No, Renee has one. That's all right. That's okay. Go ahead. I'm trying to formulate it. Okay, she's not ready.
I'm not ready for my question, so I don't want to hold up. So.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, last but certainly not least, Miss Stanford, if you can come on up.
I'm the only person between you and the door, right? Okay, how many of you know anybody with diabetes, or how many of you have type 2 diabetes? My name is Trinette Stanford. I'm a nurse practitioner and diabetes educator, and I have developed a company called Totally About Diabetes, which is a coaching, education, and support program for people ages 40 and above that have type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, or health-related conditions. There are over 38 million people in the United States with type 2 diabetes. That's 11.6% of the population. And most affected are communities of color. The problem we have is people have developed all kinds of complications that have been preventable and have repeated hospitalizations because of not being able to take care of their diabetes. What has happened, a lot of hospitals have closed their diabetes education services because they're not profitable. But they're really short-sighted because the big dollar driver is people going back into the hospital, having life-altering complications, and unable to go back to work. So because of my years of experience of working with people like that, I decided to start Totally About Diabetes to fill in the gap. And what we do, we focus on the people, and we look at what is going on with them. We provide culturally sensitive care and also work with where they are and look to them and see what their goals are and work together in order to develop a plan. Now, we do that by group coaching classes and one-on-one classes. And then we follow up. We have accountability sessions. We follow up with them periodically in order to what? In order to keep them on track.
All right. All right, any questions?
How do you find your clients?
How do I find my clients?
Yeah. How do they find you? Either way.
I have an online service. Also, I've written a book, and I have referrals from the hospital.
And what's your sustainability plans or plans for the future?
Well, there's always people being diagnosed, so it's revolving. And then also people maintaining the plan, because we have intense follow-up sessions, and then as they get better, we lengthen those services out. But they always refer other people to me.
And how long have you been in business?
5 years.
Okay. Are you licensed?
Pardon?
Are you licensed?
Yes, I'm a certified diabetes educator and a certified nurse practitioner.
Okay, thank you.
One more question. So, what's the differential between seeing you versus a medical doctor or endocrinologist or?
Okay, they will treat you medically as far as prescribing medicines and those things. What I do is work with lifestyle and give them tell them how some things that they can do in order to improve their health. Lifestyle behavior changes, because that is what will sustain them.
We are going to ask that all of the current businesses come on up so we can get a quick picture. We're about to take some pictures, so DJ, if you want to have the music going. And then the ideal phase will go next. Come on up, come on up. Scroll down. Idea businesses, come on up. Idea. too. That's me too. Like this. All right, as Melanie Campbell said, everyone here is a winner. So even if they don't win the top prize for current business or the top prize for idea, they will still be able to complete a 6-week course to help them start their business and create a strong foundation. And on completion of that course, they will receive a $1,000 stipend. All right, and because everyone is a winner here, we have participation certificates, and I will hand it over to Ms. Jackson.
Okay, as Tamika said, we have certificates for everyone to show that you participated and completed your participation. So we have Ms. Daria Davis. Come on, Mel. Stand beside me. I'm gonna take a picture.
Thank you. Oh, wait, right there. Oh. Wait.
Next, we'll have Miss Egypt Mims and Miss Weeks. If you'll make your way down, you're next. Egypt Mims.
All right, right here.
Janine Lowry, you're next. Please come forward. Holly Weeks. LaShawn Scott, you're up next. Come on down. Miss Janine Lowry. Miss Thompson-L, come down closer. You're next. LaShawn Scott. Ms. Higgins, start your way down. LaShanya Thompson-L. Ms. Stanford, make your way down. Sharika Reamer Higgins. Ms. Sharp, make your way down. Trinette Stanford. Stephanie McGill, make your way down. Next we have Demia Sharp. Miss Boone, make your way down. You're next. Stephanie McGill. Miss Theodora Boone. Thank you, ladies. Let's give them all a round of applause. It's not easy to get up here in front of a lot of people and pitch your business or your idea. So we're going to take a short 10... She's saying we don't need it. She's saying we don't need it. We're going to take a short 5-minute break, and then we're going to announce the winners. Don't go far. We just want to make sure everything is ready.
All right, if everyone can get back to their seats, please. If you can move back to your seats. If you could quickly get back to your seats, please. Thank you. All right. So we are excited to go ahead and present the winners. Letitia, tell us what the point difference was.
So first of all, I want to say that you are all winners. Second of all, I want to say I wish we could fund all of you. Third of all, I want to say the points were very, very close. There was only 1 point difference between the winner of the idea and the second place winner. There was only 2 points difference between the winner of the idea and of the business and the second place winner. In fact, there was a tie in the business on the second place. So it was very, very close. So when I say you all are all winners, you all are all winners. And I would also like to acknowledge our judges. We ask our judges to please stand. No, you stand too. You stand too. Yeah, you stand too. Yes. Thank you, judges, for. Yeah. Thank you, judges, for your volunteerism, for your in-depthness in how you actually did the tally. The tally had a lot of different, as you heard, a lot of different components to it. So I will now turn it over to our fearless leader, Melanie Campbell, for her to present the winners. We will start with the idea first.
Drum roll, please. The 2024 Ideapreneur Award goes to Curve Crave Wellness.
I wanted to say thank you to everyone for this opportunity and for hearing my story. And I just definitely want to say thanks to the Black Brown Project for having me here. And Black Women's Roundtable, of course. Thank you so much. And my mom.
Double drum roll, please. Okay. All right. Ready. Digital Weeks Call LLC. So what you gonna do with all that money, sis?
I'm going to reinvest it in Black women.
I know that's right, Holly. Okay, we got to give you additional now. Well, thank you, Tamika. Can we give Kamika Ramsey a thank you, her, and to Sister Letitia, thank you.
That was good.
Yeah. Anything you want? Congratulations again to all of our winners. And like we said, everybody is a winner. Okay, ladies, for those of you all who are not busy, okay, I'm talking. Y'all know, don't play with me now. Listen, for those of you all who are not busy tonight, we're showing the NAACP Image Award in Tidewater 2, second floor, with the DJ and a couple of little light refreshments, and we'll all watch the awards and critique it there. Okay, 8 o'clock. Judy, you will not be asleep. Don't let me put you on the spot. Yeah, no DJ but music. Okay. Pandora style. The other last thing I want to do. You're going to teach everybody how to walk. And then the other thing, well, first and foremost, thank everybody for being here. And what was great was I think being able to support, right? And I forget what the sister was who came up, said she hadn't done this before. Any of us had known the first time you've gotten up in front of people, even third, fifth, I tell people, I'm scared every time I get to the mic. I just roll with it and just try to laugh at my own self, so if I mess up, right? But we're also closing out. How many of y'all going to be here in the morning, right? In time for our closing faith in action. Tomorrow we have Bishop Vashti McKenzie, who will be closing us out. Be presided by Reverend Dr. Judith Moore from the great state of Pennsylvania, right? I don't think we've identified anybody. Now, don't fake me out, but we do need a couple of folks for the praise part of worship. If you have that, can I have them come talk to you? Praise, for a couple of songs. If you can sing and know a couple gospel words. And who's that? I can't see it. Was that you, Angela, raising your hand? Okay, and if you can, please come see us, because we do need that for the morning. And for those of you all, who may be leaving in the morning, I think it would be apropos to have our closing prayer. Rev or anybody wants, and I'm going to put you on the spot, but some of y'all, we won't see, this will be your last part for this 13th annual, and if we just close this out for traveling mercies for those who will be traveling, whether it's local or across the country. And just want to say, we'll say more thank yous to those who will be here for the end, but I just thank y'all. And I hope y'all had a good time. I had a good time. I really did. Tanya?
Oh, I love it.
And next year, stay tuned. We will send you all the information in March. It'll be in March, okay? Just watch out. Stay tuned. To be determined, TBD.
Okay. Come on. You want me to come up there? Yeah.
But if we do 6.
All right, let us pray. You are so glorious, God. You are God who's able to do exceedingly, abundantly above anything that we could possibly ask or think. And so, God, we thank you for this time of reflection, reaffirmation, God, resilience, and able to stand
what is before us. Not because we are all of that, but God, because you are all of that. You have blessed us with such quality work, God. We thank you for the leadership. We thank you for Melanie Campbell. We thank you for the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. We thank you for every person, every staff member, every state, every young person that came. Now, God, send us back to do this great work, because we ain't tired yet. All of God's people can say, amen.
And ladies and gents, before you all leave, I just wanted to make an announcement that there are the markets and the vendors over there, so you all can go shopping there next door in Washington A. Okay? They're closing out at 5 o'clock.